it's midnight, you're alone. The wind outside whispers through the trees and the shadows seem to stretch just a little longer than usual. Welcome back to Midnight Narratives, where history isn't just remembered, it's felt. Tonight, we're heading into the heart of Victoria's alpine country. With everything going on in Porepunkah lately, it's time we dig beneath the surface. Because sometimes the most beautiful places hide the darkest secrets. Beneath the pines, uneasy histories of Bright and Porepunkah. Bright and Porepunkah are known for their natural beauty, but their pasts are anything but serene. These towns have witnessed unexplained vanishings, environmental anomalies, and psychological disturbances that defy easy explanation. Tonight, we're peeling back the layers of history to reveal the strange and the sinister. Porepunkah, the town that tried to disappear. In the early 1900s, Porepunkah was a thriving waypoint for miners and timber workers. But between 1908 and 1912, something changed. Census records show a dramatic population drop, nearly 40%, with no corresponding economic downturn or natural disaster. Families simply vanished. Local historian Judith Carmichael spent years researching this period. She found dozens of letters and diary entries from residents who described a growing sense of dread. One recurring theme was the silence, not just the absence of sound, but a kind of oppressive quiet that seemed to press in from the surrounding forest. Margaret Linton's diary, discovered in a sealed trunk in 1978, is one of the most chilling artefacts from this time. Her final entries describe her husband waking in the night, claiming to hear voices in the trees. She wrote, "He says they speak in a language older than English. He says they know his name." Her last entry ends mid-sentence. "Tonight they come for..." Lintons were never found. Their house was discovered abandoned with the table set for dinner and a kettle still warm on the stove. In 1911, a local school teacher named Thomas Bell reported that several children had begun drawing strange symbols in their notebooks, spirals, concentric circles, and jagged lines. When asked, they said they had seen them in the sky. Bell left town shortly after and never returned. To this day, old-timers in Porepunkah speak of the hush or stillness that descends without warning, usually in late autumn. Birds stop singing, dogs refuse to go outside, and for a few minutes, the town feels like it's holding its breath. The Buckland Riot and the Ghost of Gold. The Buckland Valley Riot of 1857 is one of Australia's darkest moments. Fueled by xenophobia and greed, European miners attacked Chinese diggers, killing at least 3 and driving hundreds from the valley. But what happened afterward is even more disturbing. Despite rich gold deposits, the valley was never fully resettled. Miners who returned reported strange phenomena, tools vanishing overnight, tents collapsing without wind, and a persistent feeling of being watched. One miner, James O'Connell, wrote in a letter to his brother, "There's something in the hills. It watches us. It waits." In 1861, a police constable named Edward Price filed a report describing a growing hysteria among the men. He noted that several miners had begun sleepwalking, wandering into the forest and returning with no memory of where they'd been. One man was found standing waist deep in the river, eyes open, whispering in Cantonese, a language he did not speak. The most infamous incident occurred in 1873 when a group of 5 prospectors vanished. The camp was found intact, food cooking over the fire, journals open, and gold neatly stacked in pans. No signs of struggle, no footprints, just silence. In 1902, a geologist named Harold Finch conducted a survey of the valley. He noted unusual magnetic readings and claimed that his compass spun erratically near certain rock formations. He theorized that the valley sat atop a geomagnetic anomaly, but his findings were dismissed. Finch died in 1904. His body was found in the valley, clutching a notebook filled with symbols and sketches of human figures with elongated limbs and hollow eyes. Today, hikers in Buckland Valley report sudden disorientation, time loss, and the feeling of being followed. Some say the land remembers, others say it never forgot. Bright Sanitarium and the Forgotten Patients. In 1899, a tuberculosis sanitarium was built near what is now the Bright Arboretum. Officially, it was a place of healing. Unofficially, it became a repository for the unwanted, the disturbed, and the forgotten. The facility was isolated, surrounded by dense forest. Patients were kept in small rooms with barred windows. Nurses reported strange behaviour, patients speaking in tongues, drawing symbols on the walls, and refusing to eat. One nurse, Elsie McRae, wrote to her sister, "They are not sick, they are changed. They speak to things I cannot see." Haitian logs from 1901 show a series of unexplained transfers. Over 30 individuals were marked as relocated, but no receiving facility ever confirmed their arrival. Their names vanish from public records. In 1904, a fire broke out in the West Wing. The blaze consumed the building in under an hour. Firefighters reported that the flames moved unnaturally fast, as if driven by wind from within. No bodies were found in the ruins. After the fire, the land was left untouched for decades. In the 1960s, children playing near the site discovered rusted bed frames and fragments of medical equipment. One boy found a journal buried beneath a tree. It belonged to a patient named Arthur Bellamy. His final entry read, "They come through the walls. They are not men. They wear our faces." The journal was donated to the Bright Historical Society but disappeared from their archives in 1982. Locals say the forest near the Arboretum is unnaturally quiet. Birds avoid it, dogs refuse to enter, and sometimes late at night you can hear coughing, deep, wet, and human. And the pine plantation experiment. In the 1960s, Bright and Purapunka became part of a government reforestation initiative. Thousands of pine trees were planted, replacing native bushland. The project was hailed as a success until the anomalies began. Forestry workers reported rapid growth rates, with some trees doubling in size within months. Wildlife patterns shifted, possums became aggressive, birds flew in erratic spirals, deer were found mutilated with no signs of predators. In 1971, an environmental study revealed elevated radiation levels in the soil. The source was never identified. The report was quietly shelved. Alan Greaves, a forestry supervisor, kept a detailed journal. He described hearing low-frequency hums at night, seeing lights between the trees, and feeling watched. In one entry, he wrote, "The trees are listening. They lean toward me when I speak." Greaves vanished in 1974. His body was found weeks later deep in the plantation. His eyes were open, his mouth was filled with pine needles. No cause of death was determined. In 1980, a group of university students conducted an unauthorized study of the plantation. They recorded audio samples of the hum and found embedded frequencies resembling human speech. One student claimed to hear his own name whispered in the playback. The plantation still stands. Locals avoid it. Some say the tree. Mount Buffalo has long attracted mystics and seekers. In the 1980s, a group known as the Seekers of the Hollow established a commune near its base. They believed the mountain was hollow and contained a portal to another realm. The group was led by a man named Nelias Venn, a former geologist turned spiritualist. He claimed to have received visions from the ones beneath, entities that lived inside the mountain and communicated through dreams. So the commune grew to over 40 members. They built cabins, carved symbols into trees, and conducted rituals at dawn and dusk. Locals reported strange lights on the mountain and rhythmic chanting that echoed through the valley. In 1987, the group vanished. Their cabins were found intact with food still on the tables and fires still burning. The only clue was a message carved into a tree, "We have gone inside." Police found no signs of struggle, no bodies, no footprints leading away. In 1992, a hiker discovered a cave near the commune site. Inside were dozens of drawings, figures with elongated limbs, spiral symbols, and depictions of a mountain split open like a shell. The cave was sealed by authorities. Elias Venn's journal was recovered from his cabin. His final entry read, "The mountain breathes, we are ready." To this day, hikers report strange sounds near the summit. Low moans, whispers, and the feeling of being watched. Some say the seekers are still inside. Others say they were never human to begin with. All right, and Porapunka may look peaceful, but history has a way of leaving fingerprints on the land, on the people, and on the silence between the trees. These stories aren't ghost tales. They're documented, whispered, and remembered by those who lived them. And maybe, just maybe, they're still unfolding. If you enjoyed tonight's dive into the unsettling truths of Victoria's alpine towns, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Midnight Narratives is always watching the shadows, so you don't have to.